Hey, y'all.
What's going on, y'all? We back. Another week has gone by, and you're in the building with us. Meet the Godfreys. I'm Kendall,
I'm Muriel.
and we are Meet the Godfreys. We got a little bit of a late start today, but
We on.
we're gonna go ahead and get started. So, what's the topic for today, baby?
Today's topic is pleasure and play and partnership. Pleasure, play, and partnership. Are you really enjoying your marriage, right? And so as we dive into tonight's topic, I did put a scripture in there. I believe it was like Proverbs 5:18. Did I tag that?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if we're being, completely real for a minute, um when was the last time that ask yourself, the audience, the studio audience, when was the last time that you really enjoyed your marriage? I'm not talking about the bills being paid or you know, the house being clean or the kids being okay, those type of things. But I mean full on laughter, late night flirting, random road trips, inside jokes, or that look from across the room that says that I still, you know what I'm saying, I'm still feeling you. You still the one. I still want you, right? So tonight's topic is based on that because so many people think that marriage is just about surviving. But he didn't call us to endure love. He called us to rejoice in our marriage, right? To have fun, to enjoy, and those type of different things. So oftentimes somewhere in between the altar and our everyday responsibilities, we stop really enjoying. You know what I'm saying? We stop really enjoying. We stop being intentional about having fun. But the word says, let your fountain be blessed and rejoice in your wife of your youth. That means joy is not optional, it's biblical, right? So tonight we just kind of want to dive in on that topic and talk about what enjoyment looks like and what's stopping us from experiencing it, right? What's stopping us from experiencing the joy in our marriages and how we could bring the laughter and the pleasure and the fire back into the relationship on purpose, right? So of course we got some topics, we got some questions for the husbands, right? And then we got some questions for the wives, right? So y'all know how we kick this thing off. Sometimes he asks a question, sometimes I ask a question, answer a question, or we both give our opinions. The audience interact with it all. But I'm gonna go ahead and share this live on my page, really, really quick from
I'm doing the same thing right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna share really, really fast from Meet the Godfreys page, y'all, because we are live on Meet the Godfreys, and we're just trying to like streamline a lot of stuff to the correct place,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
What's going on? I'm just noticing something. We ain't got our stuff up, man.
oh, see,
They got,
hook us
I don't know
up.
what's been going on. This studio tripping.
Hook us up. Okay, so let me highlight a lot of different things. A lot of different people. Boom. Kind of put it there.
I'm just noticing something. We ain't got
Uh-oh.
our stuff up, man.
There we go. Our tech guy getting us right. There we go. Boom. I tagged it in our audience. Can we see? Oh, yay. We can see our comments. Ah, I love it. So, let me just check one more thing to make sure that if you guys comment on the page, I really like this, y'all. We getting there. We getting there. If you guys comment on my page, would you guys be able to see it? Bow. No. So if you guys comment on my personal page, you guys will not be we will not be able to see it. So please comment from Meet the Godfrey so that we will be able to interact with the comments. Okay. Now, let's talk about the questions that we have. Okay. So, marriage was never meant to be dry, okay? Marriage was never meant to be dry, robotic, or routine, right? God didn't design the covenant for misery. He designed it for joy. So tonight we're talking fun, flirtations, sexual intimacy, laughter, quality time, and always couples should be enjoying the ride, not just enduring the journey, okay? Always that couples should be enjoying the ride and not just enduring the journey, right? Because marriage is fun, right? So the topic for tonight is pleasure, play, and partnership, right? So are you intentional about creating joy and laughter in your marriage, or are you in autopilot, right? And I believe that just to open up the discussion, sometimes it could be easy to be in autopilot. Sometimes it's easy to get an autopilot if we being real. You know, we'll always be real on the platform because sometimes you get so mixed up into the everyday tasks and the journey of doing things. So it could be real easy to get into a place of autopilot. So this is for that was a question that was for the husbands. Are you intentional about creating joy, laughter in your marriage, or are you on autopilot?
Um, I'm intentional. Um, and what was autopilot again?
You know, when you get into just doing those the everyday things that's like a part of life. You know, autopilot is like going with the flow. Okay, look, the house got to be clean. This got to be done. This got to be done. This got to be done. That's everyday life. That ain't got nothing to do with marriage. But you know, are you intentional with creating the joy and the laughter and the fun and all those things in your marriage that's outside of those type of things?
Yeah. I'm always on autopilot, but when it's time to do family things, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? As long as it makes sense for us to do. Um, I like creating memories. Um, but I also like season the season the I guess the time at that moment. So like I just like to live in the moment if that makes sense. But I'm definitely always on autopilot as far as living and being on point and doing the things that I feel like every human being should be doing, especially when you get a certain age. Um, that's definitely my routine or my day-to-day thing is just flow smooth autopilot. But like I said, when it's time to, if we have to make a trip or come up with something for us to do, then I'm always gonna hope for it, but it has to make sense. I don't like just doing anything. um has to make sense for us and whatever it is that we're trying to accomplish or whatever it is we're trying to experience. I don't like just doing anything. For me, most of the time I like to plan it. Plans don't always go like they should. So um I'm gonna go with the flow type of person. But I wanna excuse me, map it out first. I don't wanna just appear and um whatever I'm appearing at or I'm making an appearance to is not ready for me to appear or not ready for me to be there or I don't even know I'm supposed to be there or not. You know what I mean? It's just I don't like being unprepared or um, just in a setting where the people don't want you there or the place where you're not supposed to be there, basically. So like I'm with enjoying the time with the family and going out and taking trips and doing as much as we possibly can to make those memories and seize the moment.
So you are disagreeing with what is said when it says that autopilot will take the marriage or take you to a place of dryness or staleness and um uh remove like the spontaneous things from the marriage.
You say I'm agreeing with it?
You're disagreeing, you're disagreeing with it because you're saying that I'm asking, actually, you know what I'm saying, like, are you in agreements with what is being said, that autopilot, when you have the autopilot in your marriage and just going along with day-to-day activities, you forget those spontaneous type of things that adds to the fire in the marriage, and you're just going along with you know what I'm saying, going along with the day-to-day activities, that's autopilot, and you're not leaving room for the spontaneous activity, for the flirtatious nature, for those things that, you know what I'm saying, everything wasn't planned out when you know what I'm saying, before the marriage got started. It was the spontaneous, and it was those things that were unplanned that were done that created excitement and joy.
Mm-hmm.
So are you in agreement or in disagreement with that statement?
Uh, I'm still lost. You saying, do I agree with autopilot or do I disagree
Being
with autopilot?
autopilot. Okay, so based on the statistics and the things that was pulled up, being an autopilot, right? Is it says often that oftentimes when you're in marriage, it's easy to get into, the autopilot.
Right.
The bills being paid, the house being clean, the kids okay. You forget about those things, full on laughter, late night flirting,
Right.
random road trips, inside jokes. Those are things are like outside of autopilot. So when you get into a place of being in autopilot, sometimes you can forget those things because you're like, okay, this is how this goes, this, and it's kind of falling into the autopilot. You get what I'm saying? Autopilot is when this is the way to
Right.
go, so you're just flying that way and you're not leaving no room for no spontaneous
Well,
activity.
well, for me, once business is handled, then pleasure can come. So I don't look at it like me being on autopilot uh makes me forget the spontaneous or the things that um keep keep the marriage um you know updated, if that makes sense, or up to date. But I look at it like when I'm in autopilot, I'm handling business just for the moment, so I can be able to have pleasure, or so I can be able to enjoy whatever it is. You know what I mean? But if my business is not handled in a way that I feel or deem necessary for me to even think about spontaneous things or enjoying, or you know what I mean, I can't even focus or put my head around it because I can't enjoy it. It's no enjoyment and no pleasure or no enjoyment in doing anything other than trying to get stuff in order first. Once things are in order, everything else will fall in place. If things are not in order, I can't focus on nothing other than straighten things up. You know what I mean? So if I'm an autopilot, that means I'm straightening and handling things, getting things situated. That leaves room for the spontaneous things, and because everything is getting handled. So now, once that's situated, we have open. I don't know what happened, but we have open opportunities, or we have a lot of uh, room to be able to enjoy stuff and have a good time and spend countless hours of whatever it may be that we would like to do, without thinking uh, back to the drawing board, or back to, like, when you go on a vacation and you got that Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. Life is life. It is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do when you gotta do it. But for me, like I'm saying, I gotta handle my business first, and then pleasure comes after. Then I can be able to play. Then I can have a good time because now I can take my mind off of this has to be done, or this needs to be situated. This has to be, you know what I mean? So that's just how I,
So when things are
yeah.
in order, then you're able
Then
to
I'm able to
flow, and
then,
then you could be spontaneous, is what you're saying.
yeah,
Then you could
because
create laughter, and then you
yeah,
could
because now
create
I'm not thinking
enjoyment.
about everything that needs to happen. I can think about what I want to happen now.
Okay. Audience, and if you guys are watching from a platform outside of Meet the Godfreys, we may not see your comments. So we want to see your comments. So if you tune in to Meet the Godfreys, we'll be able to see what you're saying, because we like to be interactive with the audience. We're gonna tune in and tap into the different platforms where this is airing at, so we can make sure that we're not missing any comments or questions or interactions and things like that. But are you intentional? This is the question for the audience. We want to know your opinion. We want to know your point of view and things. Are you intentional about creating joy and laughter in your marriage, or are you on autopilot? Are you on autopilot? So let us know what you think, and what do you think about being an autopilot, and what are your views on that questions? Okay. Another question that is asked, right? So have, and this is for the wives, so I answer this question. Have you made enjoyment a priority in your marriage, or does everything feel like a duty? So what I will say is, I believe, I'm froze right now. Look at my face. I believe that I do make a enjoyment a priority within our marriage, because I know I like to seize the moment. I know that tomorrow is not promised, and sometimes it could look a certain way today, and then tomorrow it could fall a different way. Life has just shown me that, and told me that. So I try to make sure that we are enjoying each other and enjoying our marriage to the point where it doesn't fall into like a stale state, or in a state, or a place of like autopilot dryness,
Mm-hmm.
so to call it. So um that's what I try to do. That's my you know something that I do. So and I believe it can go hand in hand, because while you're focused on that part, which is important, and you being the head, you know what I'm saying, and focused on that part, and then adding that part, and then we touching and agreeing and working together, that all things will flow and be coming to a balance, right?
Mm-hmm.
um Another question for you: what's your favorite way to flirt with your wife?
Um, just I don't know, grabbing cheeks and um, just saying little things um, here and there. And I'm real touchy feely, so grabbing and
Those
holding and
type of
touching and
things.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so let me see, is it comments on the other thing, y'all? This is just a different topic. This is a different way than we normally run the show. So if y'all got some questions or anything that you want to tap in there, throw in there, definitely come on and share those things, and talk to us. Yes, most definitely, don't be shy. Come on in the room, tap in, tap in, tap in. I'm just looking on here
Yeah, y'all get into 'em, get into 'em, get
and
into
looking at
'em.
the making sure that we don't miss no comments or anything like that. So I'm just looking at that
Mm-hmm.
to make sure. So the only comments literally on there is us. Y'all not talking a lot tonight. I see we got one viewer. Hey, one viewer.
It's probably you.
But I ain't even logged on like that.
Yeah.
Or it could be on our
Meet the
thing,
Godfrey's Facebook.
on the what you call this? YouTube. There you go. Okay, but let's keep the show going. Let's keep the show going. Again, we want to take this time to offer, because as we move forward and go into even better shows and greater shows, we will have these different things that are going forth in the show. So questions or comments or concerns, please drop them in the chat. If it's something that you want to talk about, if something that you want us to answer, or a question that you have, or just something that you want a different outlook or a point of view on, please drop them in the comment section, and we will answer them both from a female's perspective and a male's perspective, and you will get what we think about the situation, and then you will have a different outlook or perspective on the situation. This is an interactive show. We invite you to be interactive with us, right? But okay. I got a question. Okay, and this question is not just for him, but it's for our audience too, our studio audience. So feel free to answer them. Okay, what's oh Lord, I don't know if I want to add. We don't want to ask this thing, but okay, how about this one? Do you think some Christian couples feel guilty about enjoying sex, pleasure, or playfulness in marriage, and why? That's a loaded question.
You asking me, or you just?
That was a question. So if you want to feel free or if you feel led to answer, go ahead and drop it in there. Um,
First off, I don't think nobody feels whatever about sex. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Christian, Buddhist, whatever you is, you know what I'm saying? Because we could put that in it, but it don't necessarily has nothing to do with religion at all. Has nothing to do with spirit, faith, none of that.
I think I understand the question though.
Yeah. Well, you can yeah, but that's a human thing, a human trait, a human thing. People gonna have sex, you're gonna have sex. It's best to do it when it's better when you're married. That's what's in the Bible. That's what the Christian way of doing things. Wait till you're married. Then all the what you guys read the Bible, it's in the Bible. So, but as far as just how life goes, because everybody is not religious, and everybody is not just a Christian. You know what I mean? It's people that are spirituals, people that just people are just people. We gotta accept people for who they are. You understand what I'm saying? But back to the question, yeah, I don't know. First off, most Christians broke the commandments before. You laughing, but I'm serious.
I know you serious.
Most all of them. You know what I mean? I don't know none that are holier than thou, as people carry themselves or act as such. But again, like I said, people have been fornicating for however long. People doing before you even knew or even got a real relationship at a certain age and understood what who the spirit and what the spirit is, and whatever religion is and all that. You were probably doing things you weren't supposed to be doing in the first place. So that's I feel for me, or for anybody that with logical reasoning, you can make it a deep thing, make it a deep topic. You can make it real deep and get real, as they call it, what they say, intimate, especially with your partner. Or you can just.
I think what they mean is there are some things that people don't want to do, inside of their marriage,
Meaning
because
like
they feel
how kinky they can be.
right, exactly,
Oh, I see that.
because
I
they
understand
feel
that.
like, oh well, this may be frowned upon, or this may be this, or
Okay.
this may be that.
I
That's
get the
what I
question
think.
now.
You get what I'm saying? So what do you think along terms of that?
Well, do what you're gonna do, man. That's stupid. First and foremost, I don't know the idea the idea to have any type of, I don't even want to say boundaries, but anything that got to do with holding you back from you being comfortable and being you, then it's dumb. Simple as that. If you can't be you, you can't be, and I don't want to say comfortable in the sense of where like you just complacent and you're not doing nothing with it. I mean comfortable with like it makes you thrive in whatever setting you in. Like you comfortable in the setting, and I'm able to work well with whoever you're working with or whatever the case may be. But I don't feel like um that should be something. First and foremost, if you married, whatever you do with your mate is whatever you do. That has nothing to do with nobody else. It is between you and your mate and God. That's it. Simple as that. So I don't know, why or
You would feel
people
bad
would
or
feel
hold back
any type of
or
way or anything about what you do with your significant other. You see what I'm saying? Christian or Buddhist or whatever you is, Muslim, it don't matter. That's just a title on your spirituality or whatever the case may be. But that should stop you from enjoying your mate. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Most of the Christians I know are freaks, so I don't.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna sit and hide it or play like, you know what I mean? We don't know what's going on, or people don't know what's going on. But I don't know. I don't feel like you being Christian got to do nothing to do with you being your performance, your intimate performance in the bedroom or in the car or wherever you decide to be intimate. You know what I'm saying, with your mate. So that's the answer for me.
All righty then, let's move on. We will not ask certain questions here on Meet the Godfreys. Not with Mr. Godfrey, because he be acting up sometimes. Okay. So as far as our topic, right? Pleasure, play, and partnership. Are you really enjoying your marriage? We want to make sure that you're out there really enjoying your marriage. Don't live your life and move and operate in your marriage according to the way of nobody's standards. Move according to what you know that you and your spouse should be doing. Period.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all. Tonight's show may be a little bit short, but that's what we have. That's what we feel led to speak on, and that's that. That's it. You got anything else?
And I don't got nothing else.
All right, y'all. So y'all ain't got nothing else for us. This is the end of our show. It was 30 minutes long, and we enjoyed you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Tune in next week, y'all. Meet the Godfreys.
I know this hard work gon' pay off. I ain't taking days off. 'Cause I'm the boss, I ain't getting laid off. I know this hard work gon' pay off. I ain't taking days off. I'm the boss, I ain't getting laid off. I know this hard work gon' pay off. So I'ma keep doing what I'm doing. Obviously they like the music and they love the way I'm moving. Stack the money, had a crew and wildlife. Yeah, we a movement. Only with bad bitches with street nerd up on the booty. Make a tootie, come and suited and booted. Put it in the circle.